right, so we are back.
In the blazing spotlight of bodybuilding's grandest stage, the Mr. Olympia, only a handful of men have ever stepped forward with the kind of presence that silences the crowd. Among them stand a warrior who seems sculpted not by time, but by destiny itself. His muscles look less like human anatomy and more like weapons forged in the fire of obsession. His name is Nick Walker, but the world knows him by a title that captures his very essence, the Mutant. For Nick, Olympia is not just a competition. It is the battlefield where his legacy is written in sweat, pain, and unyielding will. Every time he poses under those unforgiving lights, it feels like a clash between man and myth, between raw mass and the pursuit of perfection. And with each step closer to the Sando Trophy, Nick Walker reminds the world that he is not here to participate. He is here to dominate. Nick Walker's story does not begin with stardom, but with struggle. Born in New Jersey in 1994, he was not the kind of child others looked at and predicted greatness for. His early life was marked by challenges, facing insecurities, doubts, and a battle with self-confidence. But in the midst of those struggles, he discovered a place where he could transform himself, the gym. To Nick, the iron wasn't just steel, it was salvation. Every rep was more than movement. It was therapy, purpose, and defiance against everything that told him he couldn't. The gym became his proving ground, and with every year, his body transformed from ordinary to extraordinary. It was in this transformation that the Mutant was born. As Nick grew into bodybuilding, his physique began to take on proportions that stunned even seasoned lifters. His arms ballooned into massive cannons, his quads thickened into granite columns, and his back stretched like a fortress wall. He wasn't just big, he was freakish. What set Nick apart wasn't only his size, but his mindset. He trained with an intensity that seemed almost inhuman. To him, there was no off switch, no compromise, no halfway. He carried himself with the conviction that he was not just another competitor, he was the future. The year 2021 was Nick Walker's explosion onto the professional scene, a year that rewrote expectations. He stormed into the New York Pro, flattening the competition with a combination of freaky mass and razor conditioning. Victory was his, and in that moment, the bodybuilding world sat up and took notice. But Nick wasn't finished. Months later, he conquered the Arnold Classic, one of bodybuilding's most prestigious titles. To win the Arnold at such a young age, and in his rookie season, was more than achievement. It was a declaration. Nick Walker was not simply competing with veterans. He was surpassing them. Fans began to whisper the inevitable. Was this the next Mr. Olympia? Was the Mutant destined to carry the Sando? The Mr. Olympia stage is not just an event. It is a crucible. Under its lights, legends are made and pretenders are broken. And in 2021, Nick Walker stepped onto that stage for the first time, standing shoulder to shoulder with giants. His presence was undeniable. Each pose was an explosion of mass and detail, his arms curling into peaks that defied physics, his legs anchoring him like ancient pillars, his midsection tighter than anyone thought possible for a man his size. The crowd roared, and the judges couldn't ignore him. Nick Walker finished 5th in his debut Olympia, a staggering accomplishment for a newcomer. But for Nick, 5th place wasn't a celebration. It was motivation. He didn't see himself as a rookie success. He saw himself as a champion in the making, sharpening his sword for future battles. From that moment on, the Olympia became Nick's obsession. Every training session, every meal, every sleepless night was aimed toward one goal: standing victorious on bodybuilding's most sacred stage. He wasn't chasing respect, he was chasing history.
It's not cold out, it's a little chilly, but it's not, you're gonna sit outside for a little bit.
Nick's nickname The mutant wasn't just hype. Each year, he returned to the stage looking like a new species altogether, denser, sharper, harder. His off-seasons became legendary, where he packed on freakish size without losing the discipline that kept his waist tight and lines crisp. Rivals like Hadi Choopan, Derek Lunsford, and Samson Dauda became obstacles on his path. But Nick's mindset was unshaken. He respected them as warriors, but in his heart, there was room for only one king. Greatness, however, does not come without pain. Nick's journey has been riddled with setbacks, injuries that tested his patience, doubts that tried to creep into his mind, and the crushing weight of expectation from fans who believed he was bodybuilding's future. But Nick's strength lies not only in his physique, but in his resilience. Each setback became fuel. Each doubt became fire. Where others would crumble, Nick Walker rebuilt himself, piece by piece, stronger and hungrier than before. This resilience made him more than a competitor. It made him a symbol of never giving up, of turning every weakness into a weapon, of embracing the struggle as part of the journey. Today, Nick Walker is more than just a bodybuilder. He is an icon of modern bodybuilding's raw power and relentless will. His physique represents the fusion of freakish mass and disciplined detail. His presence commands stages. His journey inspires the next generation to believe that with enough fire, anything is possible. But his legacy is still being written. For all the accolades, the New York Pro, the Arnold Classic, the Olympia Top 5, there's only one prize that defines the immortals, the Olympia Sando Trophy. As the bodybuilding world looks ahead, one question burns brighter than all others. When will Nick Walker become Mr. Olympia? Some believe it is inevitable. Others argue the competition is too fierce. But if history has taught us anything, it is that destiny often favors those who refuse to quit. Nick Walker refuses to quit. Every Olympia is another chapter, another chance, another war. And with each step under the lights, the mutant grows closer to his ultimate goal, whether it takes 1 year or 10. The stage is being set for the day when Nick Walker will raise the sando above his head and claim his place among the immortals. Nick Walker's journey is a saga of transformation, of a young man who turns struggle into strength, pain into power, and doubt into destiny. From the shadows of insecurity to the blinding spotlight of Olympia, his rise is proof that greatness is not given. It is built brick by brick, rep by rep. The world calls him a mutant, but in truth, he is more than that. He is a reminder that within the iron, legends are forged. And as the Olympia stage continues to bear witness to his evolution, one thing is certain. Nick Walker is not just chasing glory. He is marching toward immortality. Because in bodybuilding, only one question matters: who will stand as the greatest? And Nick Walker's answer echoes through every flex, every pose,